probably all wondering, like, what is this instrument? Is this like from China? Is this Middle East? Is this Indian? Is this Russian? Is it from Antarctica? Like, where is it from? This instrument is called santur in Farsi, in Persian. So this instrument is a really old Persian hammered dulcimer. So that's the name in English, hammered dulcimer. And people argue, like, in Asia where this originally comes from. Like, the Chinese say, oh, it's Chinese, and the Persians say, oh, it's Persian, and the Indians say it's like definitely not Indian because it came from Iran before. But they always argue where it's from. But who knows? Who cares? Right? Who actually cares? But all I know is this instrument was made from my mum's uncle. So my grandma's brother, on that side. I think grandma got there. And this started playing this about a few years ago. I think I pretty much just underneath 3 years ago. So I studied jazz at the Leeds Conservative, everyone knows what that is. Yeah. So like, I started picking up this instrument and I was like, how can I make my music just sound just different? Like, I was really getting into like folk music from the Middle East, especially like Arabic stuff. Don't tell my dad, because like, there's like tension between the Persians and Arabs. I was like, secretly I was like, this Arab stuff is sick, but never told my family. But I can't lie, I listen to more Arab music than Persian music, so I was really getting into that music, and I started playing santur. Like, this instrument was in our house for many years. Like, I just never started learning it, and I just taught myself on YouTube and mixing that with like a jazz band, jazz combo. So I play quite loud usually. Usually you play like really soft like this. But like when you get really hard and you get really energetic, like it's got a lot of volume to it. And I can play it even louder if I break these, but I just started using that, and I don't really play this instrument much anymore. Like, thankfully I was asked to play today, so I was just quickly practicing. You might see me like in like the city centre, like busking. I do. Recently I've been busking a lot. Just literally been going around. Everyone's like, what's that instrument? And it's really good when people come up. So even today, if you want to know more about it, like even counting the strings, like each note has, like a piano, every note has a note, right? Like, it has 4 strings on mine. A piano has 3 usually, and then you have your hammer, and then you play the strings. So on the same piano, right? You open it up, you've got strings, and you play the key, and then the key hits the hammer. Same thing, but we're just the hammers. I mean, bypass the keys. You need keys in this. So if you guys are into like piano music, if you ever heard a grand piano like play like this, who's heard that before? Like that, like avant-garde shit, like oh, doing this kind of stuff. They think it's like wicked, but it's like, right, you're just covering the string, not the beat. So yeah, that's where it comes from. But this instrument is actually probably more popular like in Romania. Like they've got a much bigger version. It's completely chromatic. This is tuned to 1 scale. This is tuned to like, C minor, but usually you tune this to like quarter tones. I can try to demonstrate for you right now. So you would usually tune this note to like, this is A flat now, but this would be A half flat. Is anyone heard of like quarter tones in music? Yeah. So for the handover, like you're gonna hear loads of them. It's all for these music. I'll try to sing it for you. I'm not a good singer, but I'll try to sing it. See that? I know it's like, what the heck's that note? That's how you tune this, but I think that's A flat because you can sing flat. So yeah, that piece I played was a Kurdish song, and like all the Kurds know. So when I go busking and like someone Kurdish walks by, I just play this and like, this reminds me of home. And it's called Neighbours, I believe, but it's also really popular in Turkey. But this next piece I'm going to play is like a kind of medley of these different melodies I play in a form called Chahar Mezrab. I don't know if you have any Persians here. No? Okay, first time. Chahar Mezrab is like a form of a rhythm that is really common in like Persian music, especially classical music. So you know we've got like, I don't know, like a shuffle. Is that a shuffle? Yeah. A swing, like jazz swing, right? Rock, a beat. So a swing is like a type of groove. we have like chaham as well, and that's really popular, like the fast stuff, and then people dance a lot really fast, usually in like the traditional folk way. So I'm just gonna mix a lot of different melodies, and I hope you guys enjoy it. piece left I'm gonna end with for Elisa Morris. Is that right? Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Yeah? I got it! Yeah. It's got an amazing harpist afterwards, and then the handover our headliner tonight. So I'm gonna end with a piece written by very famous Iranian classical, well I wouldn't say classical, like I guess modern composer, like just folk classical composer of Iran, Kayhan Kalhoi. He plays an instrument called kamancheh. So it's almost like a violin played similar to a cello, like this, but it's really small and it's really popular in like Kurdistan, Turkey, not really in the Arab countries, but especially in Iran. He composed this piece with a kamancheh player, a santur player called Ali Bahrami Fad on bass santur, so I'm changing the arrangement. And the piece is called I Will Not Stand Alone. So I'm not too sure if you all know about the political situation going on in Iran. For many years, since 1979, there was the Islamic Revolution forcing like a very extreme version of the religion.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. And many people who weren't Muslims, especially religions that were minorities, were like prosecuted really badly. Like my family were one of them. So they had no choice. They lost their rights. A lot of them were imprisoned, lost their jobs, even killed. I wouldn't say like genocide level, but like getting close. And a lot of them like fled the country. So you see a lot of Iranians that like in their late 40s, early 50s, like in this country, they are fled because of the revolution. And they're all over the world, like, especially in America, Australia, Canada, they're all in Toronto. So you meet loads of Iranians in Toronto, they're amazing people. And the song's called I Will Not Stand Alone. It's kind of a piece just to reflect the kind of spirit of the Iranians, you know, and still going today, like they're under this regime from decades and decades, you know, there's a lot of human rights problems, and they're still like, we're not gonna give up, we're still gonna like live with this spirit, we're still gonna play music, we're still gonna live our lives, you know, we're not gonna let you crush us. So it's a kind of protest song. And you can kind of feel it it's quite an angry piece, so you can hear that in the music. So if you guys enjoy.